Okay. Sorry about the jump cut. I enjoy Samba de Amigo. Um, yeah, I'm gonna say sorry for that jump cut, but this is gonna have to be spread out between two videos. That first video was like 40 minutes long, and having to edit those both together, it would take me like another 30 minutes for them to compile, so we'll just split it up between two videos. Sorry. Um, I like Samba de Amigo. I like the soundtrack. You know, I like the flair of it. Motion controls are kind of annoying, but you get used to them after a little bit. It's a good game. Skylanders Superchargers Racing. This was the last Skylanders game to be released on Wii, and it's just a 3DS game, which is really obvious. This game looks terrible for a Wii game. It looks so obviously that it's just a 3DS game upscaled to HD. But it's a fun racing game. I think it's a really, really fun racing game. So, yeah. Skylanders Swap Force, not the best version of the game, but it's the version that I remember playing. The version that I'm very nostalgic for. So, actually, in that Wii... I'm surprised I didn't already have it in that Wii. Well, it was early 2015, so it's possible I haven't gotten it yet. I think I got this game like summer of 2015. But, yeah. My favorite Skylanders game by far. Sonic and the Black Knight. Originally, if you remember from my Wii game collection, I said this game sucked. No, it doesn't. I think it does have issues, but I really enjoyed it my second time around. I really ended up enjoying it, finding it a lot of fun. Now, the game that my opinions have changed on is Sonic and the Secret Rings. I originally thought this game was incredible for some reason, and I said it was super underrated. Why is it so underrated? Yeah, my opinions have pretty much changed on it. I totally understand why this game is so rated as it is. I completely understand. And this game can be excruciatingly frustrating sometimes. I think when you're in the groove, when you find a level that's really fun, it can be pretty fun. I really enjoy some of these levels, but man, when you have those stupid missions, when you have those really annoying, level elements, I love Evil Foundry, I think is what it's called. Because it has that awesome Cabanare for a 6 song. But the level itself, man, there's so many annoying segments in that level. Just insta-death stuff, bottomless pits that's really hard to avoid because the motion controls are very annoying sometimes. So, yeah, my opinions have definitely changed on that since I last played it. Sonic Colors, my opinions have changed absolutely none. I still love this game. I literally just finished it again, like 20 minutes ago, and before the last video. The last video was 40 minutes, so yeah, really fun. Sonic Raiders Zero Gravity, tons of fun, better than the first. I really enjoy this game a lot, actually. I've beaten it multiple times, just love it. Sonic Unleashed, my opinions have kind of consistently stayed the same. I have my issues with it. I think there's too many Werehog missions. I think the Werehog is too slidey in this compared to compared to the 360 version, but there's still a lot of fun stages, and yeah. SpongeBob Landscape if you saw during my live stream, I thought this game was very rough around the edges, a very mixed bag. Some of the, I think the mini games last a really long time, way too long, and there's things I like about it, but a good amount of things I don't like about it. SpongeBob's Boating Bash, again, during the live stream, you should know that I enjoy a lot of this game, and I don't enjoy a bit of this game either, but I think there's a lot more to like about it than stuff to not like about it. SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons, Globs of Doom. You will know my opinion of this during the live stream. I'm going to save it. SpongeBob Planes of Utter Revenge. Same exact thing. Hint, hint, it's still amazing. There you go. That's your little hint, even though that's not really a hint. SpongeBob Truth or Square. Again, you will wait and see. Super Mario Galaxy. Fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. Fairly recently, with my most recent playthrough, which was like a year and a half ago, it has definitely risen from originally what it was. I do think this is probably one of the best Mario games ever made. Definitely in my top 3. If you notice, my top 3 is all 3D Mario games, because 2D Mario games are kind of annoying for me. But if you want to know, number 1 spot is Mario Odyssey, number 2 is Galaxy, number 3 is Mario 64. So, Super Mario Galaxy 2, my opinions have greatly changed since I last played this, or since I last, since 2015. If you remember, in the video, I said this was better than the first. That's a false statement coming from me. This game is really infuriating at some points. There's a good amount of stuff to enjoy about it. Honestly, I love how much better. Well, it's just more colorful, I think, is what really makes it stand out. But yeah, this game is just really infuriating at points, and there's just, yeah. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, thank God for the remake, because these controls suck. I will give it this, the game's a lot easier, which is nice, but, you're dealing with terrible controls, so you're having to battle them. This game is not very fun. It's the controls, they're just really wonky, really, really annoying. So, thank you for that remake. Super Smash Bros. Brawl, still... Well... Did I say in the Wii video that it was not my favorite Smash Bros. Game? Well, whether I said that or not, even with the fantastic game that is Smash Bros. Ultimate, Smash Bros. Brawl still continues to stay my favorite Smash Bros. Game. This game is fantastic. I freaking love this game, and I'm so happy it's slowly but surely getting the recognition that it deserves. Surf's Up, pretty fun license game. Yeah, it's extremely short. It's like 2 hours, probably less than 2 hours long, but it's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun. Attacking the Guardians of Gross. It has been quite a long time since I last played this. Quite a long time. Actually, I barely remember anything about it. So I'm just going to keep that as is. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you saw from my Let's Play, you'll know I enjoy it. Here's the other Rock Band game, the Beatles Rock Band, which I think is a genuinely fantastic Rock Band game. It's obvious that a lot of heart and soul was put into this one, and it's obvious that the designers just really love the Beatles. And yeah, it's got awesome soundtrack because it's the Beatles. The House of the Dead 2 and 3 return. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You get 2 awesome House of the Dead, two awesome on-rail shooters, add a pointer to them. There you go, that's all you need. This game's fantastic. The Legend of Spyro, The Eternal Night. I have not played this yet. I got it fairly recently, about 3 months ago, and still have not played it. The Secret Saturdays, Beast of the Fifth Sun, is a game that is very mixed on my opinions. I think there's a lot wrong with it, but there's a decent amount that's good with it. Still have not seen a single episode of that show, though. The Simpsons game. Again, very mixed. There's a lot of things I like about it, but there's a good amount of things that's really just infuriating about it. But honestly, I think there's more to like here than not like. There's a lot that the Simpsons game does right. WarioWare Smooth Moves, pretty good. Still not like my favorite WarioWare game. That still goes to WarioWare Gold because that game is absolutely fantastic. But still a fun WarioWare game. Again, it's not even my second because WarioWare Touched is my second. But yeah, most controls can get kind of annoying. Mainly whenever I think of kind of annoying motion controls, the one that comes to mind is the last micro game of the entire game. That's a micro game that lasts like 4 minutes long, and if you mess up once, or if the motion controls decide to mess up for you, then you have to redo the entire thing. So, and finally, for the boxed games, we have Wreck-It Ralph, which is fun despite it being complete and utter garbage. I enjoy it, but yeah, this game's not very good. Very cheap. It's trying to be semi-retro, but it's just failing completely. Okay, here we have a bunch of loose games. Speed. This is terrible. Genuinely terrible. This is probably one of the cheapest games I've ever played. It genuinely feels like it was made with a budget of $5 and made in a week. Speed past the competition. Choose between 7 exciting tracks. Compete on one of 8 ruthless teams. Hey, these 8 ruthless teams, by the way, is Team Blue, Red, Orange, Yellow, I don't know, Purple, Black. It's literally just the same exact car with different colors. That is the ruthless team. Race with a friend or build your career in championship mode. Yeah. Blast through the finish line. At these insane speeds, the slightest mistake will mean the difference between first place and an explosive accident. Yeah, this game is not super fast. It's decently speed, and you can crash multiple times before actually, like, destroying your car. And, yeah, the environments are completely lifeless and dull, and it's absolutely terrible. One of the worst games I've ever played, probably. Build and Race. This is a good example of kind of compare and contrast. This is another game that is very lifeless, but this one at least does something neat, which is you can build a racetrack. And on top of that, I actually have nostalgia with it. This is one of the first Wii games I ever bought, so there you go. And of course, the famous lost media video of Jabmaster and Hate It playing this game together, completely lost. One of the first videos we did on Super Jab Bros. Another lost channel, because that channel got deleted. Call of Duty 3, a pretty bad version of the game, but pretty good depending on which way you look at it. It's obviously not going to be as polished as the 360 version or the PS3 version, but it does add pointer controls, and that does add a sense of fun to it. Carnival Games, complete garbage. I hate that game. Really, really, really bad minigame collection. Guitar Hero World Tour. This one is the one that I'd say is either on par or maybe a little bit better than Guitar Hero 3. The plot isn't as good, but, well, there basically is no plot. But, you know, I do like the track list is actually really good, and well, that's about it. The track list is really good. And you can create your own character, which is kind of neat. Lego Rock Band. I forgot I owned this game until just now. A very strange game. You know, this is before Lego characters could talk, and yet they're singing songs. Like So What by Pink, which is a song that really shouldn't be in a game called Lego Rock Band. Yeah. Fun game, though. It's, you know, it's a fun Rock Band game. I like the Lego aesthetic. They actually do some stuff with it. Meet the Robinsons. A very strange licensed game that has, like, nothing to do with the movie. I don't even know if it takes place after the movie. I think it's... or no, I think it does... Yeah, they never actually fully explain if it takes place before or after the movie. It's a very strange game. Monster 4x4 World Circuit. You may think this game's crap, just based off the title and the look, but no. It's actually a really fun arcade monster truck game. Tons of fun. Monster High... Ghoul Spirit. Why do I have this, you may ask? Well, it's because I saw the character on the left and thought she was cute. No, in all seriousness, I always thought the Monster High figures were, like, not adorable, not really super cute, but just unique. And I was like, hey, it's $1, why not? And this game is absolutely terrible. It is what I can describe as Fetch Quest, the video game. You talk to one character, they say go over here, you go over here, they talk to one character, you go over here. 90% of this game is just walking and talking, and with the occasional minigame. Genuinely terrible, one of the worst games I've ever played, no joke. Nancy Drew, The White Wolf of Icicle Creek. I haven't played this game. I bought it like 6 months ago and I haven't played it. I saw Sega was on it and I bought it. So now you know my brand loyalty. Sin and Punishment Star Successor. This is probably my favorite Wii game ever made. I absolutely adore this game. I think this game's really freaking fun. It's so much fun, Sin and Punishment. It's just tons of fun. And you know what? I bought that game for $5. That game actually goes for like $40 now. Skylanders Giants. Probably my third favorite Skylanders game behind Superchargers in second, and then of course Swap Force in first. Still a really fun game. I have a lot of characters for that. Skate It. I don't know why it's called that. This is a really bad game. Obviously EA knew that they could not port Skate to the Wii because Skate looks pretty good and the Wii can't handle it. So they went for a game that is completely unique to the Wii. It looks like crap, and it plays like crap because they used entirely motion controls. This game is motion heavy, it loves motion controls, and it plays like utter garbage because of it. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I haven't played enough of this game to really give a review on it. The Princess and the Frog. Not too bad. It's a decent minigame collection, and yeah, not too bad. The Smurfs 2, this is one of the most generic platformers I've ever played. It's one of the most basic platformers I've ever played. You run and you jump, and that's essentially it. Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, honestly, really interesting. Compare and contrast. EA just said, screw it, we're not going to port Skate to the Wii, let's just make our own game. But Activision said, no, we're going to port Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, and it's actually a really fun port. Motion controls are kind of kept to a minimum here, and honestly, it goes for a little bit more of a cartoony art style to fit in with it not really being able to do these really realistic characters. And it looks rather nice. I actually like it. Wii Play. It's Wii Play. You have 15 copies of these, I'm sure of it. It's fine. I like the ping pong. I really like the ping pong minigame, and I really like the billiard minigame, and I really like the Pong minigame. Those are my three favorites. Oh, and fishing. Fishing's really good too. And finally, Wii Sports. My original thoughts on this from 2015 was that it wasn't very good, but it was just okay to put in every now and then. And my opinions kind of haven't changed. I do think that this is fun, but not like, you know, this ultra nostalgic masterpiece that a lot of people seem to think it is. You know, bowling's fun. Boxing is interesting. I think it's actually, I think boxing's actually better in Connect Sports. Tennis is fine. It's not really, you don't really feel like you're playing tennis because you're just going like this. Baseball is genuinely kind of infuriating because, you know, you hit the ball and it's just kind of based on luck. What happens from there? You could get a home run, the ball could bounce, the ball could go really far, and you have no idea how, you know, I don't like how the concept of the game is, oh, well, once the ball lands, then the game will just automatically decide whether you get a single, double, or triple. I find that really stupid, but whatever. And that's it. That is it. So, I can clearly say that my Wii collection has improved since 2015. That's it. I'm sorry that these videos are so long, but there you go. Goodbye.